The Lazy Dads podcast contains lots of swearing. Lots and lots of swearing. You have been warned.
You're listening to the Lazy Dads Guide to Movies in association with The Session Booth, your one-stop shop for video production, social media management and graphic design. Derek, I had a lucky bag earlier on. Do you know what I found now?
What?
A jingle.
It's our team song here.
Lazy Dads, Lazy Dads, Lazy Dads, Lazy Dads.
And we're back.
Yeah, and it's really warm. The sun is shining in our eyes.
Beaming in our eyes at
I
this
am
stage.
hanging a bed sheet in front of the window and it's doing
filled bed sheet.
literally nothing.
It was once blue, but it's now patchy brown.
It's patchy brown and green and
Sickly
all
white.
sorts of different colours for some reason.
Smells like death.
Ooh. And we're meeting up with a fellow podcaster from Canada tomorrow, Joe.
Yeah, we are. What's the name again?
Phil Better. I called him Phil Best on the show the last time. He's visiting.
Phil better be dead sound. Hey-o.
Yeah, he's Phil. He seems to be. Anyway. He's
You're buying the points, Derek.
No, he's buying the points. I managed to get him a 20% discount for the Guinness Storehouse today.
On the Guinness Storehouse?
Yeah, he's doing the tour tomorrow morning. Yeah, so I said to him, "I'll bring you where there's better Guinness than the Storehouse."
Oh yeah,
Mulligans. McGulligans. Finest pint in Dublin.
Right, so what's the plan today? I have a few bits to talk about. What have you got to talk about?
I have absolutely nothing to talk about. I could go
What the fuck are we here for then?
I could go on a rant about reality TV, which I probably will, in fact, because I saw an ad for something earlier on that really, really pissed me off. Like, really annoyed me. Like,
what, a reality TV show? One of these Love Island things?
No, it was worse than Love Island. And I used to love Channel 4, right? And I've often spoken about watching stuff on Channel 4 on a Saturday night.
Horror films at night.
Yeah, Channel 4 has gone to the fucking dogs.
No, you're on about E4 or Channel 4?
No, this is Channel 4, right?
Right.
Now, I know that Channel 4 have great documentaries and have done great exposés and stuff, and I think it was them who organised around Martin Bashir meeting Michael Jackson.
I couldn't tell you.
I think it was, anyway. But Channel 4 have stooped to a new low in my eyes. They have a show out about people with dementia running a restaurant, and it's called The Restaurant That Makes Mistakes. And its premise is to prove that people with dementia still have a place in society, which they absolutely do. But to call it a restaurant that makes mistakes is just pointing out that, you know, these people have mental problems and they will make mistakes. But why? Why do that?
Yeah, I've thoughts on that. People with dementia,
you've experienced the dementia,
in a big way. Yeah,
I don't at all now. So
we're supposed to be talking about movies and having a crack, but here we are getting a bit serious. I had a loved one who had dementia and had it in such a way that just didn't remember really anything.
Yeah,
anything at all. Had gotten to a stage where when they're heavily medicated and practically just became a shell of their former selves. Yeah. Such a strong person, a strong-willed person, a funny person, a loving and kind person. One of my most favourite people that I've ever known ever. To disintegrate and turn into something like that, all because of that poxy disease. But yeah, it's an awkward thing. Like, you know, there are people with dementia that are literally medicated.
Ooh.
And are just sitting there until they die.
Yeah, I know, and there's a lot of diseases like that.
There is a lot of disease. In fairness, yes, there is absolutely. But it's a horrible poxy disease, like, you know, it really is. Anyway, look, get off that nonsense now for a minute. Most of the people that listen to us just want to hear us fucking call each other cunts and stuff.
Yeah, I know, but I've feelings on exploitative fucking reality TV shows.
Why did you watch your man Martin Bashir meeting Michael Jackson? That was exploitative of Michael Jackson.
I know, but I'm just saying, no, it's not quite. That's an interview with somebody. That's someone getting off their own free will. It was a bit exploitative. It was a bit exploitative. Man Bashir is a fucking arsehole. I know, but what I'm saying is, granted, yeah, fair enough. I fully agree that he is a complete arsehole. Apart from that time that he put Quentin Tarantino in his place.
No. That was pure garbage.
I know, and that was stoking the fire.
And it's like he thrives on pissing people off. Do you see him with Robbie Downey Jr.?
No.
He just, at an interview about I don't know which Avengers it was or Iron Man it was, and that's what he's supposed to be asking him about. He starts asking him about, like, you know, when he was in jail and when he was selling drugs.
Yeah, his previous.
This is all exposed. Why do you want to rehash this? Like, it's all done. He went to jail. He done his time. He got out of jail and moved on.
If it happens last week,
built his fucking career back up again. So the only reason you're asking that is not to get information from him, but to try and increase your profile by being the fucking infamous fucking reporter who asks the dodgy questions. He's nothing more than he's basically the modern version of, you know, back in the Wild West when you had the fella selling the elixir of life bottles,
snake oil salesman.
That's basically what he is. That's the modern version of a snake oil salesman. Yeah.
But like my point about the reality TV thing is, you watch Love Island. I don't watch Love Island now, and I couldn't give a shit.
I don't even watch telly anymore, to be honest.
I'm not even sure. I love MasterChef. That's the only reality TV I love.
I've gone off MasterChef as well.
Have you really?
Yeah, it's the same old bollocksology. So it is.
No, you see, I always get their jobs.
Watching Greg, I'm look up good boy. All that boy there.
That's my favourite bit. Boy. No, I don't mind. Not that I don't mind Love Island. I think it's a waste of time. But if people on Love Island go in there and they know what they're signing up for, and I know why they're signing up to get fucking Instagram hits and become famous on Instagram. It's self-indulgent nonsense. But I disagree with stuff like that pregnant behind bars. Or as I like to call it, knocked up and locked up. And stuff like that, where it's just exploiting people in a bad situation. Where someone like Louis Theroux goes in, and I don't think he's exploitive at all. I think he goes in, he asks the hard-hitting questions in such a manner that he almost acts so fucking naive. He tricks them into opening up to him. You know what I mean?
He's another weird fucker. My jury is out on him. I don't know whether he's just like your man, but Bashir, or if he's autistic himself, or I don't know what the story is.
He's not. That's an act.
Is it an act? Well, then he can go fuck himself.
No. What I mean is, it's not an act. It's the way he gets answers out of people. Is he naively goes in? He kind of says, to Westboro Baptist Church. So, do you really believe this?
Up the pole behind the bars.
Up the pole behind the bars.
Well, be up the pole behind bars.
Up the pole behind bars. Up the day.
Don't know why I said behind the bars.
I was like, huh? Knocked up and locked up abroad.
Knocked up and locked up is the best. There's no beating. I'm just trying to contribute.
But even the things like the small people, big world. Like, it's found a family of short people around for no reason other than to exploit them. Oh, look, he has to use a step in the kitchen. Oh, poor him.
Yeah.
You know,
his life is terrible. Yeah.
But no, Louis Theroux, the way he approaches things is he fools them into thinking that he's stupid when he's not, and then they open up to him.
Yeah, so he's another con man then.
He's not a con man. No, because he gets the answers and he answers the hard questions. Did you ever see one with the Nazis?
But that's like saying it's okay when the guards hide in the bush and catch you speeding. It's entrapment.
No, it's not entrapment. When he goes into the Nazis and he's sitting there and they're all having a barbecue, these new neo-Nazis, and they start asking
lots of nice people, them nice guys.
They start asking him,
that was supposed to be a Trump impression. It was fucking terrible.
Well, they start asking him, is he a Jew? Is he Jewish?
Yeah.
And he's sitting there going, I refuse to answer that question. Now, as far as I'm aware, he's not Jewish, but he won't answer the question because he won't give them the satisfaction.
Yeah.
And still, despite the fact that he's in a dangerous situation with these neo-Nazis who would likely lynch him because he was Jewish, or if he was Jewish, or if they believed him to be Jewish, he still would refuse to answer the question. All they do is say no.
I suppose he's probably brave in that regard, but
apparently the one subject he won't tackle is the Islamic State because it's just too dangerous. And I don't blame him.
They're crazy bastards.
Yeah, don't blame them.
Crazy some bitches.
Except for Donald Trump probably likes them. He was here last week, Donald Trump.
Oh, Donald Trump was?
Donald Trump was here last week, yeah.
Does he own does Donald Trump own a golf course?
He does, the Donald Trump.
The Donald Trump golf course?
Yes. I stayed in a Donald Trump hotel once.
I walked past a Donald Trump hotel once.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
In New York?
Yeah.
Did you walk past Trump Towers?
Donald Trump Towers.
Donald Trump The first few times before he was president, I walked past Trump Towers loads of times. And it's just like a fucking building that says Trump Tower.
It's actually a manky building.
It is, yeah. It's a horrible...
All this gold rim and all. It's so tacky and fucking...
ostentatious
early 80s fucking success was measured in fucking how much of the colour gold you wear.
It's just gilded gold and cocaine, really.
But even the building is brown. It's a brown coloured building.
Yeah, it's a horrible looking building,
rotten,
yeah.
Absolutely
the windows are all brown or something, yeah.
It's basically a metaphor for his soul.
But the last time I was there was the first time I've been there since he was... Not the last time, sorry, the time before. The time I was actually in New York. It was the first time I was there since he was president. And there's armed guards and everything around it now.
Oh, I saw that. I was there in November. There's lads walking around with fucking M16s or whatever, M4s, whatever the hell they are, yeah.
He lives there now. Well, he lives there. That's his permanent residence.
Yeah.
Pop in and say hello.
Gobshy. What was I going to say to you? Okay, can we get the films now? What we're actually fucking here for?
Yeah, but it's a lazy dad's guide to everything.
It's Lazy Ability Movies.
Yeah, I know, but we should have expanded the name. I think we've pigeonholed ourselves too much.
Well, what do the listeners think? Should we do the Lazy Dad Guide to everything, or Lazy Dad Guide to movies? I think we should say movies, but just incorporate real world stuff every now and then.
Exactly, yeah.
The one thing I'd say to any expectant mothers and fathers out there is get that child into its own bed fucking immediately. Get it out of your bed. Don't have it lying beside you because it's just a baby. Get it out into a cot of crib the fucking first night.
You going through that, yeah?
No, I went through it.
Oh, right, okay. The young one's what? 4 or 5 now?
It's 3, like.
3, yeah.
No, but the I'm just saying, if we're talking about everything, this is my little piece of advice to all you expectant parents.
Or anyone thinking about getting expectant. Don't do it.
Don't, Jesus, don't.
Kids
it's just
are
not worth
monsters.
It's just not where you get to a stage like where I'm at, where it's just sex. Well, I don't remember what it feels like, and I don't care to remember what it feels like. I'm done with it now.
Just in the off chance, like.
I'm done with it now. That's it. It just lets it numb my heart.
I can just point out, folks,
and ruin dreams.
This is the first time we've recorded after a day's work. Usually record on the weekend, or when we're off.
The purpose of us, the purpose of us working to look after the families. I'd rather just be single and on the dole, and living in a flat in Cherry Street.
You can feel the cynicism now, I'm sure, seeping through your earphones.
Right, films. I watched a film. I watched a couple of films. I have a couple of bits to talk about.
Okay.
But I'm going to really piss off one of our number one fans now.
Is it me?
No, Kevin Shields.
I'm not a fan of us.
Kevin Shields, I wouldn't listen to us.
I'm a fan of good podcasts.
What are we doing, Derek?
I don't know.
Consistency is key. This time next year will be Oprah Rich.
Oprah Rich.
We set up a Patreon.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, nice one.
Fucking
Joe
hell.
just broke one of my favourite coffee cups.
That's a Lazy Dad's first.
Joe broke something.
There, I couldn't stop that. I'm really sorry.
Go on.
In my defence, it was wet on the inside. That's why.
Yeah, but you were fluting with it.
I was fluting with it, fairness. Usually when you flute with something that gets wet on the inside, it's a good thing.
That's true. I thought you said you forgot.
I forgot what it feels like, but I remember it was good.
Alright, good. Well, after a strong start, you burst into your films there while I clean up your fucking mess.
No, there's only a bit, isn't there?
No, there's 2 bits.
But you picked the first bit up. Oh, there's some flakies over here. Look here, give us a dustpan and brush.
No, go on, you just speak over here.
Alright, so I'm going to annoy Kevin Shields. I'm going to annoy him because he said that this film was good, and I thought it was one of the worst fucking films I ever saw. Directed by a fella called Gaspar. No, is it Gaspar No? Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Gasper and then Noe. Gaspar No. It's a film called sorry folks, sorry.
Lazy Dad's Guide.
The Lazy Dad's Guide to fucking clean a pair of cop sheets. I'm in your way, am I able to shift the chair?
Yeah, go on there. I'm not editing any of this out, by the way.
No, sure, leave it in.
Sure,
nobody's fucking listening anyway. Are you ready now, yeah?
Yeah, hang on.
Because right now, like if Kevin does actually listen to this right now, he's sitting in his room or in his car or whatever, and his arse is like a fist, and he's going, "Fucking Joe, this is a great fucking film."
Gaspar No, I know that name.
This film he directed was called Climax. It's after popping up on Netflix, and I was looking because Arrow Films were promoting it. And you know me and Arrow, I love Arrow.
Yeah, I saw there was something. They released a tweet or something there lately.
It's their 10th anniversary.
That's what it was.
I think is what is mine. But Gaspar, this film called Climax. Here's the basic premise. There's a dance troupe, right? Yeah, and they're all like young, strong, fucking modern. How would you call them?
French
millennial dancers, basically. Is probably the best way I can describe them. He did direct Irreversible. Do you remember Irreversible?
Oh, no, I remember watching a few minutes. I didn't like that.
Anyway, it's a notorious film. Anyway, this one. So the basic premise, it starts off with like these interviews of all of the individuals in the dance troupe, and it's the interviews are staged or framed, should I say? Sorry, like as if they've been filmed and are being rewatched on an old 12-inch early colour telly. That's kind of the best. Yeah. And the colour telly itself is then framed by famous films and books and stuff. So you see Suspiria in there and a few other films and blah, blah, and then a couple of famous books, and I think in 1984 is one of the books in there. But you know, it's really like, you know, oh look, you know, you can only be cool with a collection like this sort of fucking collection. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Anyway, so that interviews them all, and they're asking just stupid shit questions. But I suppose the idea of it is to give you a little bit of character and kind of introduce you to them all, because when the film starts, there's very little editing, very little cutting, like, you know what I mean? And done on purpose to kind of make this, give you this kind of exhilarating kind of sensation. That's the idea of it. Anyway, so they go through the interviews, and then you see them all practicing this dance, and it's going to be they're a big dance troupe. And the idea being, I think one of the persons who's putting it together is like some kind of famous dancer, because you can hear her interview them in the background. And the idea is that they're going to go to New York and perform at some big arena or some show like that. So you see them practicing their choreography and stuff, and they do their full dance, and it is actually exhilarating. The dance at the start is fucking brilliant. I'd actually tell you to go and watch it, because it's actually really, really, really impressive. And there's so many of them. There might be about 20 characters, maybe even more than maybe 25 characters. Anyway, there's a lot of them, but they're all doing their individual things, and it's all syncing up, and it looks really, really impressive. But then it does a thing like, you know, where after that, then it kind of starts flashing the names of all of the bands that are on the soundtrack, like fucking Gary Newman's name pops up and all this sort of shite, you know, and all these different colours, and then Gaspar Noé pops up like as the director, and then fucking the actors pop up, and then Gaspar Noé's name pops up the second time, and it's real arty-farty, like, you know. Anyway, that's that. So they finish up their dance, and they go over to like a refreshments table where there's a couple of nibbly nibbles, and then there's a bowl of punch, or a couple of bowls of punch, and they start drinking the punch, but they don't know it's been laced with LSD.
Why?
It doesn't actually explain that in the film as to why it's been laced with LSD, but it has been. So somebody spiked it, basically. And it goes from them kind of drinking their punch and being happy out and dancing to them gradually becoming aggressive and attacking each other and dancing aggressively and stupid shit. There's other weird relationships going on where there's a brother and a sister that actually fancy each other, and it's just really fucking arty-farty shit. But as far as I could tell, it was nearly an hour and a half of watching people do more and more aggressive versions of the windmill.
The windmill.
Just fucking flinging their arms around like fucking like this, like just fucking doing that. About like getting more aggressive with it, like as the fucking LSD kicks in. And I was watching it going, this was supposed to be like you know, like an exhilarating kind of shocker, like, you know, to make you whoa. And there was like one. Are you ever going to watch it? Because I'll spoil it.
Absolutely not.
Oh yeah, I don't blame you. Anyway, there's a bit. There was one kind of disturbing bit. There's a kid in it, about a 10-year-old kid. Yeah. Who's kind of been brought on tour by his mammy. His mammy's one of the dancers, but she panics. He comes down the stairs from being up in bed and drinks some of the punch, and she panics because she's starting to feel the effects as well, and everybody's starting to go a bit mad. So she grabs him and puts him into the fucking generator room, locks him in the generator room where all the fucking electrical boards are and shit.
Smart.
Yeah, I know. Anyway, he starts screaming, and through about, I don't know, maybe half hour, maybe 40 minutes of the film, you can hear him screaming in the background trying to get out, because the LSD is obviously kicking, and you can hear him saying things like, it's all in French, but you can read subtitles. Like, oh no, is it subtitled? Jeez, I can't even remember now. Anyway, you hear him, and he's saying things like, oh, there's something in here, let me out, and eventually then all the lights go off, so he's after fucking touching something on the thing, and he's dead. Oh, well, it's never actually clarifies that, but and it goes back and forth. She loses the key and she's trying to get into him, she's screaming, and then it goes off that one of the girls is pregnant, and that's why she hasn't drank any of the punch, but they think that she's the one that spiked it, and that's why she didn't drink it, and they don't believe her that she's pregnant. So one of the dancers kicks her in the stomach, knees her in the stomach, kicks her in the stomach, and she starts coughing and everything else, and she waddles on back down to the where they're all, the dance hall, and she sits on the stairs, and they all convince her to cut herself on the arm.
Okay.
And then cut herself on the other arm, and then something happens where the camera goes off her, and a lot of this, there's very little cutting, but me and you would always say, like, you know, it's great to see a scene that keeps going without any cuts, but that doesn't make a good fucking film, like. No. And as far as I'm concerned, it was just a load of wank. It really was. It was such a load of wank. The more I think about the stupid shit that happened in it, the more it gets on me tits, like. But yeah, that's pretty much it.
That sounds horrific.
Yeah, it's crap.
Not horrific in a. Stop messing with that shit. It's picking it up.
Oh, it is too, isn't it? Sorry.
Joe's messing with the thing that used to be on the coffee cup. So not only does he smash the coffee cup, but if you hear this,
it's Derek having a wank.
That's Joe messing with a little piece of plastic. It sounds horrific. Yeah, not in a good way. Horrific. Not in a. in a kind of gory, horrific way.
I'd love you to actually stick it on, just watch and see what you think. But you'll. Oh, that's. Oh God, that was another thing that drove me to walls. Toward the end, is it one of the girls dies? I think one of the girls dies. One of the characters dies, and the screen goes black, and all this big, huge white font writing pops up, all upside down in French. Mm-hmm. This is how arty it is. Oh, let's put this on, but let's turn it upside down, and then let's subtitle it in English down the bottom. And I was like, death is just another adventure, or something along them lines was what it actually said. But it was massive, big white fucking font writing and upside down, like what? Oh, you're so fucking amazing! It's such an artistic. No, it's not. It's bollocks.
Yeah, that sounds like horseshit. So I will never watch it. It's on Netflix though, is it?
Yeah. What are you looking for?
My notepad. That's more. What was I going to say to you? Yeah, have you watched Barry yet?
I have watched 3 episodes of Barry, and Kev, I know I've pissed you off with that opinion piece on Climax, but you're spot on with Barry. Barry's great crack.
Oh, it's fucking brilliant. Me and the missus finished
so far anyway.
Season 2 there.
Yeah.
The other day. Then we just had it. It just keeps getting better and better, and it keeps ramping up and ramping up.
I'm enjoying it. I like his character.
So good, so good. It's like almost the opposite of Breaking Bad, you know what I mean? Like, it's showing him kind of becoming a decent human being rather than the other way around, you know what I mean? But it's nothing like Breaking Bad. If people are listening and haven't watched Barry, watch it. It's nothing like Breaking Bad, but the themes are kind of similar enough, you know what I mean?
Myself and herself finished watching all of Deadwood now, so there's 3 seasons, so we have the film to watch now. And the missus, she absolutely loved it to bits, and it was great seeing it all again because I'm so up to date now, like I'm just chomping at the bit to get in and watch the film.
I thought that was coming out what's the word, theatrically. It's obviously just coming out in Sky.
No, it went straight to Sky Atlantic. I'm not surprised it came out theatrically because
I'm not surprised either. I would have thought
the cost of distributing that now wouldn't have covered its ticket sales, I can't imagine.
I'm not saying that it's niche now, but I'm just saying I would have thought.
I would say it is niche.
But the fact that it's the end of a TV series, I suppose, like it's not a standalone film, you know.
Yeah, you'd need to have watched it going in because it takes place, I think it's 10 years after the show finishes, or the actual season finishes.
Because I've episode 1 downloaded now.
Oh, I'd never spoil it.
And I'm going to watch it.
I'd never spoil it. But you have to promise me to keep going because episode 1 is like, it's just kind of introducing you to everybody.
No, that's fine.
It really does fucking ramp up. Like,
after watching The Wire, the first 3 episodes of The Wire,
they're a bit
incredibly slow.
Yeah.
In actual fact, I remember watching the first episode of The Wire. I don't know, it's not the first scene. It's the only flashback in The Wire anyway, and it's really poorly shot, and it looks like shit. It's in the first half an hour. It's in the first episode.
I think I remember giving out about but then I was giving out about how it was shot and how cheap it's. But Brian made a great point. That was the first kind of big TV show.
The Wire.
Yeah.
No, I don't mean The Wire itself. I mean just this one particular scene, this flashback scene, and I don't mind flashback scenes, but this was almost like a hazy, daydreamy kind of fucking flashback scene in the first episode, and it was shit. That's the only time they ever did it. And I just think it's misplaced in the whole TV show when you go back having watched the whole lot of it. But that is a fucking amazing TV show. Absolutely amazing.
Oh, excuse me, I'm fucking knackered. This doing it after work.
I know, let's never do this again.
But what was I going to say to you? The other kind of thing I was messing about with this weekend gone was me TV setup and my 4K Blu-ray player. I got a proper HDMI cable now, so I don't have any of the handshake issues with the other HDMI cable. And I've started watching some of the 4K stuff just to check it out. I think I mentioned last week about this, but I'm having if anybody's out there and listening that has bought They Live or Prince of Darkness in 4K, the Studio Canal versions, if you're watching them in 4K and you don't have any flickering and you don't have any major grain issues, and I'm not talking about the standard grain, I'm talking about so much grain that you can't even fucking see. You can barely. Really? It's almost like you know, you get bad reception back in the day through your pipe and your telly. It's almost like that.
Is this close up or far away now?
Now that's the funny thing. The external shots are all beautiful.
Yeah.
Glorious. But the internal shots are dark scenes. You just can't watch them. They're really bad. Then you put on the Blu-ray, the 1080 Blu-ray, and it looks glorious. Like, you know, so it's really upsetting me because, you know, I was doing a bit of experimenting on this. Generally, 35mm film is one of the highest fidelity kind of detailed shots that you can get. So old school film. So that's what they're saying, like, you know, bring an old film reels, 35mm film reels up to 4K, they can do that.
Yeah.
They can actually do that. The actual big problem is when you have films that were shot digitally, and one of them is Attack of the Clones. Attack of the Clones was shot digitally to a maximum of 2K. So it can never be brought to 4K. The source material...
Is that the first ever digitally shot film?
Yeah.
I had this debate with somebody once.
I can't tell you for certain. I know if it's not their force, it's certainly one of the force, because George Lucas, in fairness to him, was experimenting with all the different effects and technology at the time. When you have to remember, the prequels were a long time ago now at this stage. Like, you're talking over 10, 15 years ago now, nearly,
It was...
1990, it was 1998, 1999 was episode. 1999 was episode.
That's 20 years ago.
That's 20 years ago. There you go.
Jesus, Christ, we're old.
But Attack of the Clones was filmed in 2K, and it will only ever be 2K. Now, can it be upscaled to 4K? But that's not true 4K.
Yeah.
But if you get something like Kevin Nolan, that's why he's so committed to filming everything on film.
Ex-West Ham midfielder Kevin Nolan.
Yeah, him. Yeah, he's absolutely amazing. No, what am I saying? Not
Christopher Nolan.
Christopher Nolan.
His brother.
Sorry about that. Christopher Nolan, he's dedicated to filming everything in 35mm film, because he's almost future-proofing his films to bring them up. So there's even talk like of getting 35mm film up to 8K and everything else. Do you know what I mean? So,
but that would just burn your eyes out, though.
But the funny thing was, my old man came over, and my man and dad came over on Sunday with a few bits and pieces from the birthday from last week.
Happy birthday, by the way.
Thank you, pal.
You never told me.
Well, it's a birthday, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know. You're just not even older.
I didn't even tell you when Ryan or Ashley were born. I barely even told you when we got married, man.
When Joe got married, you see, I was actually away for the week. He planned it perfectly. Perfect.
Specifically so you wouldn't have to come in and get drunk and start fights with everybody.
I never start fights.
You always start fights.
I don't.
I actually saw you being picked on when we were all drunk, and you defused the fight.
Exactly.
Do you remember that, mate?
I do,
yeah. Anyway,
defuse the fight by smashing a fucking pint glass across the fucker's head,
knocking them out. Was it? No, where was it? Oh yeah. So a couple of 4K Ultra HD Blu-rays. My dad came over, and one of them was. Well, I'll give you two. One was Venom.
Okay.
Which is fine. I actually liked Venom.
Any use?
I thought it was a lot of fun. It's actually 15s rated. Like, I'll spoil a little bit, but just to give you an idea of how cool Venom is, and he just grabs somebody and bites their head off. It's like, you know what I mean? But I won't spoil any more. But I actually thought it was pretty cool. And Tom Hardy is eternally fucking watchable. I think he's brilliant.
Absolutely. Yeah.
But I liked Venom. A lot of people didn't like it. I like Venom. So I got it technically for free. So yeah, I'll have it there and watch it with Rhino. Actually,
it looks like something I'll watch.
So that was Venom. What was it on? Skyscraper with Dwayne Johnson, The Rock.
Is that Die Hard with one leg?
I think so.
Right.
I saw the trailer and it looked like a ton of fun. I have to say, I love Dwayne Johnson. I think he's
The Rock. He's fucking deadly. Yeah,
brilliant.
I'm not have a bad words. That's what I'm saying. Really looking forward to this new Fast and Furious film.
That looks
Hobbs and Shaw.
Ridiculous.
It looks looking brilliant.
It looks
I was sitting in the cinema
ridiculous.
going, I went to see. I saw it before Avengers, but I'd seen it before that.
Yeah.
Maybe on YouTube or something. I was just watching it going, oh man, this is my shit. This is something you can watch, not worry about. You know what I mean? Like, just switch your brain off for an hour and a half or 2 hours, or it'll probably be 2.5 hours.
Plenty of room for those films.
Exactly, yeah.
But what was I going to say to you? So we put on Christopher Nolan Dunkirk,
which I still haven't seen,
in 4K UHD, and it just blew me away. That's now my benchmark for how a film should look.
Yeah.
On my setup. If it doesn't look like that, I'm like, it's not as, you know what I mean? Like,
burn the telly to the ground.
Yeah. You know the story of Dunkirk anyway. All the fucking British were basically pushed back to Dunkirk to retreat back to England, and they didn't have all the ships to carry them. And not only that, they didn't carry any of the French back to Britain. Certainly not the first.
Yeah, fuck up making films like fucking High Line and that other shite fucking.
Yeah, fuck you.
Fucking French.
Fucking French.
For any of our French listeners, by the way.
We don't mean you.
Yeah.
But anyway, the story, long story short, there's just like the bits where one of the main characters walks out onto the beach and you see, like, you know, thousands of men standing there all lined up, like, you see the grenadiers lined up and the riflemen lined up, and it's just, the detail was just astonishing. The blacks and the black colours, the shadows, the fucking brightness of the sand, and it was just it was exhilarating seeing it.
Yeah.
So I said, right, but what happened was, it was a funny thing that when I went to have a look at Skyscraper. Is it Skyscraper named that film?
It is, yeah. Die Hard with one leg. Die
Hard with one leg. I took it out and the disc wasn't in it, so I shot back down to golden discs, and in fairness, great service with golden discs. They were like, oh, sorry, and they swapped it around straight away, no messing. But while I was there, I had a look, and I was thinking about swapping Skyscraper in, returning it back, because I was thinking, will I ever watch it? Will I want it? Will I? But I was thinking, if Blade Runner 2049 in UHD was there, I was going to grab it because apparently that's one of the best looking 4K Blu-rays you can get.
But I went to see it in the cinema, visually
But
blew me fucking
it was
mind,
there,
man.
but it was like €35 or €37.
It's
I was
worth
like, get up there. No, but it's £18 on Amazon.
Alright, well,
Do you know what I mean?
No, it's not worth it.
Even if I swapped Skyscraper for it, I still wasn't getting good value for it. So I said, I'm going to keep Skyscraper. But then I got a bug and I saw a couple of 4K there and was like, Guardians of the Galaxy 2 is there in 4K.
Alright.
Grabbed that, and because the missus and the kids love the Transformers, Bumblebee was there.
Did you
4K.
watch that?
No, I just grabbed it.
It's fucking. It's the best.
I hear it's
now.
great, yeah. And imagine it in the 4K and that kind of fidelity, and I'm all transforming and shit. I'm pretty sure it's going to be amazing. So we got them. So I have them sitting there. What I did was when I got home, though, I just slapped on. You remember the start of Guardians 2 where they're fighting the kind of interdimensional monster?
I have a story to tell you about the start of Guardians 2, but I do remember the start of Guardians 2. Yeah.
And it's lovely colours. The actual monster is actually breathing like pink and green breath that turns into fucking fire or something while they're all flying around. Watching that in 4K, it was just fucking beautiful. It was class.
Guardians 2, I went to see that in the cinema with the missus, right?
Yeah.
And I say it was starting at 8:25. So we got down there for 8:25.
Yeah.
You know, it was usually 15 minutes of ads and shit.
Yeah.
It was already during that scene, towards the end of it. They'd started to film early.
No way.
Yeah, because I missed the whole Kurt Russell de-aging at the start and everything.
Sake.
Yeah, which is quite annoying, like. You know,
For sure. I'd be pissed off at that. Yeah, absolutely.
it's almost as bad as the time they had the air conditioning was broken. I went to see a film. It was something I was really looking forward to
You're
going to
after
see.
reminding me of something now. I'll tell you a story now in a sec.
I went to see a film I was really looking forward to go and see, and the air conditioning was broken in the cinema.
So it's fucking roasting. Like.
So they gave me my money back and still let me watch the film.
Well, that's alright, I suppose. There was a film that came out years and years ago. I was with a girl at the time who was kind of into horror films as well and that sort of stuff. And we went to see this film. I'm actually kind of looking her up here now on the old interwebs here to try and get a name because I think it's called Creep.
Oh, is that the one where your man's with the fucking...
No, it's not the found footage one. This was one where there's a yoke living in the underground subway. I think it's called Creep. I'm having a look.
I think
here.
I know the film you're talking about. Actually, now that you say
2000. I think it's a 2004 film. Hold on. Yep, that's it. Creep. That's it there.
Yes, I do know that film. I haven't seen it. I saw the other Creep. It's fucking atrocious. That found footage Creep is one of the most overrated pieces of shit.
Yeah, loads of people got mad about it.
Oh, it's fucking shite. Did you see the second one?
No.
Neither did I. I couldn't bring myself to watch it. An hour and a half of that fucking tool walking around like a fucking arsehole.
Which tool?
Your man, the main character
Okay.
in Creep.
Right.
He's a fucking dick.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Just totally take your word for it. I don't know.
Have you not seen it?
I was expecting to give me an actor's name. No, I haven't seen it.
Oh, you haven't seen it? No. This is this guy invites someone up to make a video of his life because he says he's dying, and it turns out he's a creep. And your man who plays the creep isn't funny, isn't obnoxious, but is obnoxious, but not in a kind of you want to see how it works out way, in a kind of I can't wait till this is over kind of way. You know what I mean? At the end of it's shit, like it's really bad. It ends really, really bad.
Well, I'll give you this little. I have to set the scene for this story about going to see Creep in 2004 in the cinema. It was the cinema out in Liffey Valley.
Never been in it.
I was in a couple. Is it the View? Is it
View? Yeah.
Okay. Not bad. They've done her up now and it's grand. This has nothing to do with the cinema. This story, but picture the scene.
Is this get sexy now? This story?
No, it's an early viewing of a horror film.
Yeah.
We're both off work, and we go into the cinema. And the cinema is one of the big screens, so there's fucking hundreds of seats, right?
Yeah.
Now, in the middle of that cinema, you could walk up the middle of it. It was weird, like the steps, you could walk up steps right up the middle of the seats, like. Do you know what I mean?
It was kind of like 10 on this side and 10 on that side.
Well, no, it was right up the middle of the cinema. So you had like fucking, I don't know, like 100 seats over here and then 100 seats over here. It was like strack bang in the middle. But then the only set of seats that went right across the middle was the very, very back row, right? So you'd walk up these steps, and imagine if it was full, you'd have like hundreds of people to your right, 100 people, and you'd be walking all the way up like between them. Yeah. So if you turned around and looked at the screen, you're slap bang in the middle. So when I was walking up the stairs, I said, "Sure, look, we'll go right up the very back." I said to the girl I was with at the time, "We'll go right up the very back, and if the two seats there on this aisle will be exactly bang on centre, and we'll have a perfect view of it.
We can hold hands and kiss and shit.
And probably do all that sort of stuff." Yeah. So we're sitting down anyway, and the trailers are on, and everything's going grand. And next of all, I see somebody walking in down the bottom. And this woman that walked in, I actually kind of felt a bit sorry for her, but it was fucking creepy as fuck. She walks in, right? Now, I have to set the scene. There's nobody else in the cinema.
Yeah.
There's just me and the girl I was with sitting in these seats at the back of the cinema, okay? With hundreds of seats empty all over the fucking cinema. She stumbles in like as if, oh God, there's something wrong with her, oh God. And she leans up against one of the seats down the bottom. She looks around. I was like, look at this fucking thing here, look. And she starts walking up the steps. And then she sits down, and she went to go to sit down in like a seat, like, you know, just off to the left a bit. And I was like, no, just stay down there now, we'll be grand. Like, you know, she fucking stands up and comes fucking and she's getting closer. I was like, here, if she better fucking not sit down beside me. That's fucking, you know, I'll go mad. And then she goes to sit in another aisle, and then she stands up and she moves in a couple of seats and she sits down, so she's kind of after moving into the US, so she's off to the left looking at kind of a diagonal kind of way, looking at the screen. I thought, Grant, stay there now, you fucking lunatic, will you? So that the trailers are ongoing, and next of all she fucking gets up again, she moves out to the aisle again. I was like, oh God. And she starts fucking hobbling back up the steps again, and we're way up, like, because it's one of the main screens, like, so it's huge. And she's getting really fucking close. I can see her face, and she's like, the eyes are darting all around the place, and she's like fucking panicking. It's like as if she's being chased by something or something. You know, she's had that kind of panic to her. And she fucking hobbles all the way up and sits down beside me. I was like, what the fuck? And I just looked at the one as well. I was like, what the fuck is going on here? No, she didn't smell. She was wearing normal clothes. Like, everything about her was normal except the way she was going on.
She didn't smell. She was wearing normal clothes. Is that your barometer for fucking
you'd be expecting
nuts?
like a fucking hunchback fucking hunchback walking to be sit down beside a big bang of sweat.
So if she came up and smelled the fucking Jack Daniels and weird dungarees, you'd be worried, like.
Yeah, no, she's fucking, like, so there was nothing, and then she crossed her legs and then folded her arms and she was happy out. I was like, what are you doing? So I just elbowed your woman beside me, like, and the girl I was with at the time, and we just moved down a few seats, like, and then she fucking stayed there, thank fuck. Like, maybe she got the picture, but we had to move down and off to the right then, so we weren't looking centre at the screen anymore. But I was like, I got put off by, because what if she just pulled out a knife and stabbed me? Well, what if she's that crazy, like, you know? You wouldn't fucking know.
But she smelled normal.
But she didn't smell like she was going to stab me. But you wouldn't know, like, you know, she couldn't even fucking drop the hand, like, you wouldn't know, like.
Yeah, would you have had a problem with that?
No, she was kind of weird looking though, like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't have huge standards, but she was kind of weird looking.
I really hope your wife doesn't listen to this.
She'd fucking kill me if she listens to this one.
Yeah, that's really creepy, yeah. It's like when you're sitting on a bus, you know, there's loads of empty seats, and someone sits down beside you. I was like, oh, what are you doing?
Yeah, what are you doing?
And you actually look at them and you say, oh.
There was another film I watched, you know that? And I'm trying to remember what it was.
We are now up to 10 seconds of silence.
10 seconds of silence?
Yeah, I'm going to have to edit that shit out now. And this shit.
Why is there 10 seconds of silence?
Because we didn't say it for 10 seconds.
No, it wasn't 10 seconds.
It was, I was just watching it there, yeah.
Couldn't have been.
It is. We're a bit light this week, I feel. Content.
We're not. Well, no. I'm going to talk about another film now. I just have to fucking remember it. It's at the work there. I'm only at having me dinner like a few minutes ago.
Yeah, me too. What'd you have for dinner?
I need to have a shower. The missus done 2 salmon darns, some pepper sauce, nice mash, and a mix of turnip and carrots.
Laddie da.
Fucking tell me.
Not a big fan of turnip or salmon, but.
Not a big fan of turnip, but I'd eat salmon all day long now.
Oh, you got a
Snort it, I would.
Chorizo risotto.
Oh, that sounds nice.
Risotto.
What, did you make it yourself, or did you?
Herself made it.
She made it from scratch?
Oh, yeah.
Did she?
Yeah, she's off today, so we're like fucking Jamie Oliver and...
It's the only reason you married her. She could do a half-decent fucking chorizo.
Oh, can she
chorizo cook? Or chorizo?
Chorizo.
Or chorizo?
Chorizo.
What was the fucking film we watched?
What happened?
I'm pretty sure it was a superhero film. No, it wasn't. I remember it now. Is
it The Godfather?
No.
Die Hard.
And Titanic? I'm glad I remembered it because I have some things to say about it.
Speed 2 Cruise Control?
Really close.
What?
Tom Cruise is the mummy.
Oh yeah, I suppose, yeah. Cruise Control, yeah. Was it shit?
Okay, it wasn't great, but it certainly wasn't shit either.
Okay.
And there was a couple of lovely little Easter eggs in it. And it was, there was some great scenes, some great exciting scenes, and it wasn't an ending I was expecting either, like, you know. No, I thought overall it was good, but I loved what it was trying to do by setting up the dark. You know the whole dark universe thing with the Marvel, not the Marvel monsters, the Universal monsters.
Yeah, I like the idea of that, but I can't see them executing it properly.
But there was I think they could. Like, there was a great scene where Tom Cruise is being brought by Russell Crowe into his like fucking laboratory or whatever.
Yeah.
And in one jar there's like a hand off one of the creatures from the Black Lagoon, and in another jar there's like a fucking vampiric skull, which is obviously one of the Dracula's fucking denizens, and
that sort of stuff annoys me.
No, I thought it was cool. But wait and hear this. Yeah, I'll let you get to it in 2 seconds. There's a bit then where a kerfuffle breaks out. It turns out then Russell Crowe is Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. And you see him like he's chatting away. You don't know at the start. He's chatting away next to him. He starts going, his voice starts fucking getting deeper. Yeah. And he starts, his eyes go all mad. And you see him grabbing a yoke out of a suitcase, like an injector thing, and pulling the glove off his hand and sticking it in and injecting himself to bring fucking Mr. Hyde back down again, like, you know. But and his spoiler, he does break out as well. He does become Dr. Jack. He becomes Mr. Hyde for a little bit, and it's actually kind of cool. Like, but there's there's a kerfuffle breaks out anyway, and Tom Cruise in a big fight, and there's like kind of fighting like a library or Dr. Jekyll's fucking library that's attached to his laboratory, and they bang like a shelf, and a lot of books fall off. But one of the books that falls off, and it's pretty clear, is actually the book. Is it the Book of the Dead? Out the original, not the original, but the Mummy from with Brendan Fraser.
Yeah.
The one they had to put the star lock thing into.
Yes.
And then when the DVD box that came out was in that shape.
Yeah.
That book falls out. It's a lovely little nod, like, you know, that we recognise.
I actually enjoyed that Mummy film.
Mummy 1 and 2 was great. Yeah.
I don't
Mummy Returns was deadly.
Did I see a second one? I can't remember. I remember enjoying the first one. It was a bit kind of Indiana Jones.
Yeah, the first one was great.
You know what I mean? Like, I love films like that. You know, probably
plus
because of Indiana Jones.
We were kids movies. We were probably 12 or maybe 13. I imagine.
95 was it? I think that was earlier than that. I think it was about 10. But anyway, look, irrelevant. We weren't in our mid-30s like we are now.
With fucking like, you fold my arms and impress me.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you better give me some French subtitles, you fucks, and some dance troops. No, I really enjoyed it. I remember enjoying it at the time. Again, it probably goes back to that whole Indiana Jones thing, the adventure, the kind of swashbuckling adventure. And I was actually listening to something else earlier on about them talking about the Mask of Zorro was the first one with Antonio Banderas.
The Mark of Zorro
was that the first one?
Jeez, I couldn't tell you.
The Mark or the Mask?
I do remember watching the first one with What's Her Faces in the Welsh one.
Yeah.
And it was class.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Exactly the same. I felt exactly the same. I never saw the second one, but I used to love films like that. And then I remember waiting for The Lone Ranger to come out, and apparently it's shit.
The Lone Ranger is not shit.
Is it not?
The Lone Ranger's
really?
Great. Yeah. What's your man? What's his name? Something Armstrong, not Armstrong. Armie Hammer.
Yeah.
And what's it? Johnny Depp was Tonto, isn't it? Yeah. No, some great
scenes.
Is it good,
isn't it?
Real fucking
I'll give it a
like if it came out in the 80s, we'd be all mad fans of it now. Like, you know what I mean? It's only because I think we've become a bit desensitized to that sort of stuff at this stage. But and that's the other thing. Like, you know, like I brought Ryan out to see was it a Transformers film? And I was like, yeah, it's just another Transformers film. He was like, look at this.
Yeah.
This is fucking amazing.
Yeah.
So you can't totally let go of your childish side, like, you know. You have to.
Hang on. I remember the first. We're going to talk.
Oh no, there's arguments for and against now. I'm not going to argue with you here now.
No, I'm going to talk about Transformers here. I remember watching the first one, and it blew my fucking mind.
Yeah, it was great.
This was my childhood come to life.
Yeah, it was pretty good. I really liked the first one. Yeah.
And your man,
the black fella smashing through the back door. It was one of the funniest fucking scenes I've ever seen.
Oh yeah, that was very funny.
Like,
the first Transformer, I think it's Blackout, the helicopter that transforms.
Is it not the one up on the satellite? Do you remember it infects the satellite? Or
no, that's the second or third one. That's supposedly Soundwave.
Soundwave.
Yeah, no, that's not in the first film. That's the second or third one. But anyway, I didn't like the second or third ones. Never saw the one. I didn't like the fourth one either with Marky Mark.
I've gone off. I don't even know anymore. All I really remember is the first one. The
first one I really enjoyed.
I hated the Bad Boys Transformers. Was that in the second one? Was it? Or
that was in the second one, I think. Yeah.
They were just fucking.
And the Transformers with the bollocks.
The big huge set of fucking testes on them.
Again, the Constructicons were. I remember in the TV show, these little small robots formed one big one. I was like, oh, this is fucking deadly. Seeing it on the screen, like, this shit. This is utter fucking shite.
Yeah, I remember. But see, what gets me about the Transformers film is it's always one big fucking disaster facing Earth after the next, and it's just total boredom.
It's always the Allspark or the fucking Necronomicon.
Even when you look at, and I'm not a big Transformers fan now. I'm really not. Like, my big thing when I was a kid was G.I. Joes and Star Wars.
Yeah.
So I kind of leapfrogged Transformers. I never really got into it as much as a lot of my friends like you and stuff are. Certainly Mark and Ian and all the rest of them, they're mad into it. What was I saying? Oh yeah, the cartoon. Do you remember the cartoon?
Yeah.
It's a fucked up plot line. It's mental.
Yeah, I know,
Do you ever
yeah.
read the storyline to that? I'm sure there's a lot of people listening going, "Oh, hey, yeah, Joe, we know because we've been watching since we were kids." But I watched that one time. I was like, "Holy fuck!" Like Optimus Prime getting killed at the start and fucking.
Oh, the Transformers 1984
Yeah,
film, like
yeah,
oh
the cartoon film. And what's his face? The big fucking planet who was voiced by
Unicron.
Orson Welles. Orson Welles.
Yeah,
You know,
Unicron.
what the fuck?
You know, Orson Welles had no idea what was going on.
I'm sure he didn't. Yeah.
No idea. I loved that film, and I remember watching it not too long ago. Still loved it. I still watch the Generation 1 stuff. Love it.
Yeah.
And then I watched Bumblebee.
They're all Generation 1 robots or Transformers in Bumblebee, aren't they?
Yes.
Yeah.
And Optimus Prime looks like Optimus Prime. Soundwave and Shockwave, my two favourite Transformers, look like they should. Ravages in a sound. Remember Soundwave? He was a tape player. And
Yeah, I remember that.
the tape would,
cassettes, yeah.
would come out and it'd be a fucking hawk or a dog. And it was Ravage and Laserbeak were his two cassettes. So Ravage comes out and attacks Optimus Prime in the film. It's like, oh, this is fucking deadly.
Class.
And they don't overdo it either. I know it sounds stupid, but I think they might have overdone the whole Cybertron piece. It could have been just robots mashing robots for too long, but it doesn't. The Earth bit is good as well, you know.
I think it's. I suppose it's kind of. I can kind of see. You know what starts to annoy me about Michael Bay is just those big long shots where the camera pans back and there's a car driving down a dusty road towards the sunlight, and you have that kind of like stupid kind of modern slow drum beat sad kind of music playing over, and you're going, I'm just tired of these like these stupid shots. Like you're trying to make a character heroic, but you're not. You've just cliched them to death just by doing that one fucking scene. Like, and then of course the sexualization of so many characters as well, because he's playing to all the tropes, like all the stuff that'll fill the cinemas over summer is more important to him probably than the film itself.
There is one scene in Transformers with Marky Mark, the first one with Marky Mark. I can't remember the Dark Side Fallen or some fucking shit anyway.
Oh, that's where the bounty hunter Transformer comes after Optimus Prime.
Yes, that is the very one.
He's working with the fucking CIA or whatever. Yes, I know.
That's he was actually great. Lockdown was his name. He was a great character in the TV show. So I'd like to see him brought back. But there's a scene in it where the Irish fella who was in that What Richard Did.
Oh god, yeah. He has a terrible accent. It's like he overdoes his Irish accent.
Yeah.
What was there all about?
He pulls out. No, I don't give a fuck about that. But he pulls out a piece of paper, a piece of laminated card with the Romeo and Juliet laws, which allows him at 19 or 20 to date Marky Mark's daughter at 17.
That's fucking weird, that isn't.
Why is this scene in any fucking film
It simply
ever?
doesn't need to be. Just make her 18. Just make her 18.
Yes,
there's no need for it. Like.
Exactly. And lose the fucking constant belly tops and short shorts. You know what I mean?
For a 17-year-old. Like, you're sexualising a 17-year-old. Like, can you watch it going,
now, the actress is probably...
Should I be turned on?
The actress is probably 20 or 21 as it is. But if you're portraying a character at that age, don't fucking sexualise her.
Yeah, no need.
Horrible man.
There is actually no need.
And that's what I like about Bumblebee as well, is the lead character is female. I think she's 18 or something in it, but your man, whoever directed it, doesn't overly sexualise her. She's a good looking girl, but it's not a case of, let's stick her in the skimpiest fucking tops we have and make her bend over cars.
There's absolutely no need for that. Now, I'm kind of going to give an argument for and against Michael Bay. Okay, so there's no need for his tropes. His tropes are his tropes, and they're shite at this stage. We're so used to them. They're absolute garbage. But on the other side, that you think of it like, if you're setting out to make a Transformers film, what do? Do you want to have big fucking Transformers fighting other big Transformers?
You can have that.
That should be your fucking end game.
Like. Absolutely, but not have it. Like, as I was saying there about, at the start of Bumblebee, without giving too much away, it starts on Cybertron and it shows the war on Cybertron as the Transformers. As was supposed to have happened. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Doesn't overdo it though. You know, if you had that for 2 hours, you get fucking tired of it pretty quick. Then it goes to Earth and it gives the human characters and lets the human characters develop a little bit, and you know, it's not fucking perfect by any stretch of the imagination, but it's like the parents in it aren't as good as the parents say in the original Transformers. You know, they're kind of almost relatable.
With Wiki's parents,
yeah. And then like they have a John Turturro in the first one. They have a kind of similar character to him. They try and make John Cena a fucking comedian, which just does some work. And
excuse me, was he G.I. Joe?
John Cena?
Yeah.
No.
What was his name in it? Because I remember reading something about, have they really done the crossover? Has it happened? Because Joe and Transformers have been crossing over for years.
He could be. He could be. He's not.
Is he General Hawk? Is Hawk his name?
No.
Flint?
General Hawk. No.
Falcon?
No.
Okay, maybe.
It wasn't a recognisable G.I. Joe name that I would have heard.
Okay.
He could be a character from G.I. Joe universe, I don't know.
Well, it'd be Hawk in America was the main man, and
Yeah.
over in the UK it was Flint.
Alright.
And Falcon was Flint's brother or cousin or something like that. Anyway.
But Bumblebee is good. I think it's far from perfect, but it's the best Transformers film by a mile. It hits all the beats.
I'm looking forward to watching.
You know what I mean?
And we plan to watch it next Saturday. There's Saturday coming, I think, for our movie day. Like we'll slap on Bumblebee, get a lot of sweets in and slap on Bumblebee.
The transformation looks like it should. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you're getting.
You know, it's hard to describe without seeing it.
The transforming in Michael Bay stuff did look spectacular.
Yeah.
But there was so much fucking shit going on, it was really impossible to focus on. Like.
But apparently this has a much smaller budget. And there's no overly sexualization, and there's no fucking cards being taken out explaining a law in Texas allow you to date a fucking child, which is the best part of the film.
That was a weird fucking scene. That was.
The best thing about that film.
And then what's his face?
What the fuck?
What's his face? The funny guy of Silicon Valley who got into trouble then because he was accused.
He found in a bomb threat or something.
What?
Yeah, he found in a bomb threat or something, was it not?
No. He got accused of sexual assault or
something like that.
When
I thought he
found
in a bomb threat.
No. I looked into it a little bit. He was called out and accused, and yeah, the girl he's now married to, I believe. I could be wrong on this now, so I'm not gonna totally try to vilify it in here, but
Ian,
yeah, sort of. But I believe the girl he's either with or married now was with him when they were in college, and the girl who says that he sexually assaulted her was this weird possessive fucking lunatic who
sat beside you in a cinema
one day, who he couldn't get away from or something along them lines. And the more I was thinking, the more I was going like, well, you know, like there's people arguing for and against this kind of argument and so on. But anyway, look, that's a story for the ages. But remember, he was in the one with Marky Mark, and he was funny in it.
Yeah.
What's his name? He's in Deadpool as well. Like, you know.
I can't remember his name.
But
he's also the cameraman in Cloverfield. That's where he's
correct. Yeah. Hood.
That's it. Yeah.
But he's in it up until is it Blackout? What's the name that the Lockdown? Yeah. Lockdown shows up and just fucking disintegrates. Yeah. It's just like fucking boom, there, dead.
Yeah.
What? Yeah, so I'm looking forward to Bumblebee.
That's awful. That's an awful film. But I would defend Michael Bay on two films. There are two films Michael Bay made. Oh, you know.
Say Armageddon.
No.
It's the best damn drilling team in the world.
Why train them to be astronauts? It's easier to fucking drill. Ben Affleck said that himself. Like.
Yeah.
But anyway, I suppose that wouldn't make quite an interesting film. But actually, you just could have made Bruce Willis a fucking astronaut to begin with. There's no need for that shit.
Look.
Anywho, look.
You know.
Bayhem. I like The Rock, Mr. Goodspeed.
The Rock. Sure,
love The Rock.
A friend of the channel was a star in that film.
Oh, Michael Biehn. Friend of the show.
Friend of the channel. Mike, we call him. You call him Nick, I call him Mike.
Mick, yeah. Surprisingly tall man. And
was too, wasn't
he actually scared me a little bit because I was expecting him to be short. I don't know why. I had this impression in my mind.
He looked like Hicks. I went to him and goes, holy fuck, that's Hicks.
Yeah, and he hasn't aged.
That is actually Hicks.
Yeah. I have a terrible picture of me with a stupid handlebar moustache weighing about fucking 30 stone.
But he's smiling in your picture.
Yeah, because we were.
And I went straight up to him and was like, oh, Michael, can I get a photograph? And he was like, yeah, sure. And then he took the photograph and he had like a face like fucking slapped arse.
I told him I loved his work. What's the other film I like? I like Pain and Gain. Again, Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
Which?
Pain and Gain.
Didn't see that one.
Have you not? It's pretty good. This sounds stupid, but you're talking about that Michael Bay filming cars, or driving off into the sunset, or driving towards you with a fucking load of dust behind with stupid music. This doesn't give it the opportunity because it's based in Miami and it's a bit smaller scale than his usual gear. And I think The Rock is the same because it's based on Alcatraz. Now somehow a film that's 75% based on Alcatraz still manages to fit in a car chase. I don't know how. Bayhem, baby. What's this film need? More car chases. The Rock's kind of fucking stupid though when you think about it. I mean,
The Rock the film?
Yeah.
Oh, it's ridiculous. It's one of the stupidest films ever. They just to fucking blow up fucking Alcatraz and that was it, game over.
Apart from Ed Harris is brilliant as
Ed Harris is brilliant, full stop.
Yeah, that's true.
But what was I going to say to you? I was going to say something now to come on the back of what you just said, but the problem is, and the reason why I'm not saying it now is because I've completely fucking forgotten about it. Oh yeah, that's what it was. I put it up on Facebook. I have been last year, Lucio Fulci's City of Living Dead box set came out, a beautiful hard case box set. of a 4K presentation of City of the Living Dead, with a nice book and art cards and a poster and the usual lovely feelies that you get from Arrow Films. And I very recently emailed Arrow to see if they had any stock left that I could buy it from.
Was that the infamous email?
That was the infamous email. They're like, no, sorry Joe, read between the lines here, stop being a fucking agent and fuck off and leave us alone. But you don't know until you try, that's the thing.
Yeah.
And they didn't want to buy it. I wasn't looking for free, I wanted to buy it. But anyway, I tracked it down, and I hate buying anything like this aftermarket or on the fucking secondary market, or the scalper market as they call it.
Yeah.
I hate it. But I got it for a relatively good price. I worked out about £36, I think, which wouldn't have been a huge amount more than what it would have been. I think it was $29.99 when it came out.
That's not too bad.
$34.99, something like that.
You don't mind paying a premium of about $10 for something you really want. Like
so
that.
It was second hand, but I got it and it was absolutely spick and span. The seller on eBay, he had it well packaged as well. I was fucking delighted.
Yeah.
And I have it there, and I actually slapped it on to watch a little bit of it in 4K, and it's a lovely transfer. The colours are really lush. The film is fucking ridiculous.
Is this the one with the fucking drill scene?
Yeah.
That is the most unreasonable murder I think I've
as
ever
Kevin
witnessed.
says, it's one of the most unreasonable murders ever filmed.
You know when you're watching a scene and you can somehow see the way it's going to go, or you have an idea in your head the way it's going to go.
Yeah, but he just slapped him down onto a lathe and drills his head in.
No, the whole scene, your one comes out and starts, it takes the joint out and then stuffs him down her crotch, and I'm like, okay, where's this going? And then you find your man asleep in the car, and like, I've no context to these characters whatsoever.
There's no context in the film.
I was going to say, I have a funny feeling it just drops you in the scene. Like, but the special effects there were fantastic. I have to say, I'm very impressed with the special effects there.
Are you being facetious, eh?
No, I am. I'm being dead. I'm not. Sorry, I'm being deadly serious. Yeah. I'm really like. He's moaning. You can see his face moaning while the drill goes through.
Well, the drill's actually going back into it. It's a pushable drill. Like, it's, you know what I mean.
Or go back into
it's like a foam drill that's going back into the
but it looks
it looks good.
Good,
as it's going in, it's pumping blood out, like, so
now I know it's not really a drill going into his head,
just to make sure there, but oh no, do you know what,
how do you survive that? They fucking drilled him through the head.
I could spoil that film for you and tell you what goes on in that film. Two things: one, you still won't know what the fuck is going on, and I could tell you what happens towards the end, and you'll be like, how does it go from that to that, Joe? And the second thing is, I don't want to spoil any Lucio Fulci films on it because I need you to watch them. Yeah. Because you need the fucking absorbing experience.
We'll have a Lucio Fulci special one of these days.
Absolutely. We'll sit down, we'll do Zombie Flesh Eaters, The Beyond, City of the Living Dead, and House by the Cemetery.
I'm off the next 2 weeks after this with probably very little to do because I'm having surgery on Monday.
Derek's getting his eyeball pulled out.
Yeah. Reduction rather than enlargement. My back's getting sore. But I'm gonna have loads of time to do stuff. I probably won't do any stuff, but I'll have loads of time to do it.
Watch some films.
That's what I'm gonna do. I fully intend to sit down and watch Blade Runner and Blade Runner 2049.
Whoa, you've only watched them recently.
I haven't watched Blade Runner 2049 since I bought it. I went to see it once in the cinema.
What about Resident Evil Apocalypse?
I can watch that, yeah.
What about Star Trek?
I watched Star Trek before I watched Resident Evil.
Yeah, do actually watch the good films before you watch.
That's what I'm going to do. Yeah.
Because I want to
watch Sicario too as well.
You need to actually watch some fucking films so we can talk about them.
I know, yeah.
You've watched Sicario 1, haven't you?
I loved it, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Denis Villeneuve again.
Yeah, good man, Dan. Actually, speaking of which, I will have to pick up Dennis Villeneuve Arrival on 4K UHD.
Brilliant film.
Fucking superb.
Brilliant film.
Superb film.
Yeah.
I love that film so much. But I'm genuinely looking for it. I'm going to get the original Blade Runner, the final cut on Blu-ray as well.
Try and get that box that I have.
Well, they're £18 each now. It's on 4K, you see.
But does it not have that box on 4K, no?
No, I have the box at home.
Alright.
That's not 4K.
Yeah.
So I want to get Blade Runner 4K.
No, I thought maybe they released that.
But the idea of like myself and herself get rid of the kids for a weekend, and maybe that Saturday, not have the kids, we can get up at like 1 o'clock or whatever and just put fucking Blade Runner, the first Blade Runner on, watch it and slap on 2049 and watch it straight after and see how it goes.
Better idea.
Go on.
Get rid of her and the kids for the weekend.
Honestly, yeah, that would be you know, that's a fantasy.
Ryanair do cheap flights.
It's a fantasy, Derek.
Ryanair
it's
do
just
cheap
not
flights.
going to happen.
Just get rid of her.
I can get rid of one or the other.
Really?
Yeah.
That's rough.
So I can tell Lynn to go off and do something and keep the kids, but it's the kids. But I can get the kids off, but then I'm stuck with Lynn, like, you know what I mean? Yeah. I don't know. Stuck is probably the appropriate way to describe it.
That would absolutely how I would describe married life, yeah.
Ladies, let's go to movies getting real this episode.
We're both having nervous and mental breakdowns at the same time.
What time are we up to?
We're up to bang on an hour.
Bang on an hour. What do you want to do? Doing wrap it or doing
we'll wrap it because I'm fucking exhausted.
Yeah, I'm knackered as well. I have to go back and have a shower.
I need to get myself together for meeting Phil tomorrow.
Yeah, so we're meeting Phil tomorrow.
Yeah.
Phil, a little bit more about Phil before we wrap up.
Phil does a podcast called the Phil Better Podcast. I call him Phil Best here one day. I was way off. It's Phil Better.
Best and better.
Close enough. Yeah.
Close enough.
I got the Phil bit right. But Phil Better does a podcast which is like ours except for better. And and he's Canadian.
We're getting there, Derek.
Oh, we are getting there. Yeah,
consistency.
Absolutely.
Yeah. We need more cunts listening to us though. We need to set up a Patreon, and all those cunts need to give us like £100 a month each.
100 quid?
Yeah.
150 quid.
Oh, 200 quid.
Okay.
So we need Oprah money. That's we need to be able to walk out of our jobs fucking rich.
I'll tell you what. The first sign up when we set up Patreon will get a signed copy of the Romeo and Juliet law, which we will go out and print out,
laminate it. No, we sign it
first and then laminate it. Yeah,
you will get that.
Yeah,
even if it's a €1 subscription.
Yes, very first.
You will get that.
Yeah. So Ian, you're guaranteed to get it. Take my money now, you fool.
So there you go.
Yeah, another successful week. Yeah.
So Phil Better, we're meeting him tomorrow
for a pint.
For an old pint. Hey, we get the training.
Get the training. You pick me up.
The plan you had earlier on.
Yeah.
So I have to drive around and pick you up.
Yeah. Well, you live literally a minute's walk from
a
minute's walk from the train station. Into Pierce, walk down to Temple Bar, meet him there, convince him to go to Mulligan's. He'll have been in the Guinness Storehouse. I'll say there's a better pint to be had.
How do you feel about Harry? Do you want for a pint, hey?
Yeah, we'll make
going for a pint.
Yeah, we'll make up funny accents. How you feel? How's it going?
Top of the morning.
Top of the morning. Fa fa fee fa fa fo.
And then he starts talking like a South Park Canadian character.
We're going to boot.
So that's the plan for tomorrow. And by next Sunday, will you have actually watched the fucking film to talk about? I wonder.
I will probably not. I mean, I don't do research. Watching films is research. I think we've established that.
You're a goon.
No, I will watch a film. I have to go into college on Thursday.
Okay, so
and Sunday morning. But I don't have the kids this weekend.
So watch a film on Saturday.
Yeah. Okay. Sure, I'm on my own here all day on Saturday.
Put a film on, man.
Fucking hell, I might put 6 films
Put a film on.
I'm here on my own from 10 to 7 on Saturday, so I'm going to watch a couple of films.
10 to 7, hey.
I've been catching up with Brooklyn Nine-Nine as well.
If the children were gone now, I could have you around and slap on an old film on the old 4K and the old telly.
But you can't get rid of the wife and the children.
That's what I'm saying. Can you put up with the missus being there?
Will she make me tea?
Probably.
Good. Then maybe.
Accept.
Oh, come here. Actually, something I saw your young for playing, I bought myself the other day, Star Wars Battlefront 2.
Savage game.
It's fucking deadly.
Oh, it's amazing.
It's fucking
do you remember,
deadly.
Do you remember how much criticism that took?
I do,
This lays that guy to gaming now.
About the loot boxes and all that shit.
Okay, yeah. So that was a justified argument to be had.
Yeah.
But when it came out, I bought it when it came out and I paid full price. It was like €64.99 or something like that, €65. And there was a massive single player campaign, which is great. Now I play my single player campaigns on hard because I want to be challenged and I want to actually get good fucking.
It's not fucking easy.
No, it's not.
I finished the first section of it, if you will.
Yeah.
Up to the point where.
So you've seen the Operation Cinder, where they decide to start fucking blasting
I've seen that
planets
up to the point where. Okay, it's hard to. Fuck it, look, spoilers. Up to the point where Dell gets shot by Hask.
You're fair bit in them.
Yeah, so I know there's another part to it.
It's great. How good is that story?
It's really good, yeah. And it actually fits in so well.
How good is Admiral Versio? He's fucking
he's deadly, yeah.
He's such a real imperial fucking presence about him as well. And do you know one scene of that just blew my mind is he was standing on the deck of his ship or the viewing part of his Star Destroyer.
It's called the Disintegrator or something.
When Admiral Piet crashed his Super Star Destroyer into the second Death Star at the Battle of Endor. Do you remember that famous scene when the Super Star Destroyer crashed in? Where you see fucking Versio going, Piet, you fool. I was like, oh god, that's so funny. We're seeing that whole moment from another fucking perspective. It was class.
It's fucking deadly. It's a great game.
But there's
the tits.
And I'm level 74 or something on
the multiplayer.
I've played it to fucking death.
I've only played it twice or 3 times.
But it's glorious.
Yeah.
The multiplayer, I've played my go-to, because the Galactic Assaults can go on a bit, like, you know what I mean? They can go on for like maybe an hour, those games. But there's one called it's in the Operations class.
I don't know. I've literally only played 2 games of it.
I can see the name. It's beside Ewok Hunt. Say that fast. Say that fast. Ewok Hunt. Ewok Hunt. Blast. BLAST. It's called Blast. Where you go in, it's just 2 teams fighting against each other, and it's cool. And then if you get enough points, then you can purchase then one of the heavies. So if it's the Imperials, you get the Death Trooper from Rogue One.
Oh yeah.
Or a Jump Trooper, a backpack trooper, or a rocket launcher. If it's the Rebels, it's a Wookiee.
Oh yeah.
A Wookiee warrior or a Jump Trooper. If it is the droids, it is either a super battle droid, the big yokes that shoot from their wrists, or one of them as a rocket droid, or a what's the Shadow Commando? I think it's a Commando droid, which are from the Clone Wars cartoon, which are fucking brilliant. These lads are the class. And then if it's the clones, you get a Wookiee warrior again, or a Jump Trooper who's really powerful as the clone Jump Trooper. But then you can also get an Arc Trooper. They come out blasted with fucking dual wielding fucking pistol. It's class, dual wielding blasters, and it's just it's an absolute crackerjack of a game. It really is. Slammed left, right, and centre, but was reevaluated by some people, like, and re-reviewed and reviewed as a relatively good game. But also like the Galactic Assault with ships.
Oh yeah.
Did you play that? No,
again, I only played 2.
Superb.
You see, I got real stuck into the single player, and
it's great single player.
Most of the time, like, I bought Battlefield.
And the DLC is all free. Couldn't cross you, sorry. All the DLC is free.
Well, I don't know. Maybe I have all that already. But when I played Battlefield 1, I bought that specifically for the multiplayer. Whereas this, it was a tenner. I said, right, I know there's a single player campaign.
Oh, it's so
give it a shot.
Tenner.
And absolutely, yeah.
So
even for the single player alone.
Yeah.
I thought single player was excellent.
Yeah.
And if I'm looking for that new game, it's purely single player. The Jedi Power. What the fuck is it called?
No, Fallen Order.
Jedi
Order. Fallen. Yeah, it looks fucking deadly.
And Saw Gerrera's
in it. Yeah. But, I watched that trailer.
It's Forrest Whitaker.
And it is actually Forrest Whitaker with his lazy eye and everything. When I watched that trailer, I just fucking nearly collapsed. I was like, this is it, like, you know. And it's Respawn Entertainment. Titanfall 2. Titanfall and Titanfall 2. They're
Is Titanfall 2 any good?
Titanfall 2 is one of the best games I ever played.
Really?
The single
it's
player.
It's a fiver.
The single player campaign. Look at me.
Yeah.
I'm looking at your shoulder. The single player campaign in Titanfall 2 is one of the best first person single player campaigns I've ever played, and its multiplayer is fucking superb.
Is it?
It's an excellent game from start to finish. Okay. Very little you can say wrong about it.
I think I'm going to live buy it now on air.
Oh, please do, because I guarantee you'll say to me next week, "Oh, jeez, Joe, the fucking single player campaign of Titanfall 2 is amazing."
It's a fiver.
And you don't need to play a Titanfall 1. Titanfall 1 is just pretty much a single player, multiplayer game with no storyline. But you know Apex Legends?
No.
The new kind of battle royale game.
Oh yeah.
Well, that's Respawn Entertainment, and now the new Star Wars game is there, so they have a great fucking heritage behind them. Like, you know, they know how to make a good game. In other words,
you see, it's $5.99, so let's add that to the basket.
Get it.
I'm as you know, a more casual gamer than yourself, you know. But
I'm fairly casual. I just play a lot.
Hang on. I'm sorry. I'm trying to concentrate what I'm doing here. Order by £6, right? We'll give that a shot now and see what it's like.
I guarantee you'd be happy with it. Stick with it now, because there's mad stuff goes on. Like, and
that's fine.
And your Titan, BD is his name.
Oh fuck.
Is class. BT, he's class.
You see, I'd heard good reports. I was waiting for someone to tell me. Someone.
Do you know what we can do? If you cutting across you, if you get a, sorry, dude, I'm cutting across. Didn't pop into my head. There's a deadly horde mode on it.
Oh, is there?
Me and you can actually play the horde mode on it.
All right.
And we're just there in our big fucking Titan, just shooting baddies like it's class.
It's an error.
Right, we wrap this up.
Yeah, okay, right.
Because we've said enough. I need to go home and have a shower there. Yeah. I feel dirty. I need to have a cup of tea. What time is it actually?
It's 10 to 9.
10 to 9, so it's not too bad a time getting home.
Right. How the fuck do I turn this fucking thing off?
Bye, everyone.
Bye.